Welcome back to 31 Days of Oscar here on TCM. I'm Dave Karger. Tonight, dogs play a central role in the Oscar-winning and nominated films in our lineup. Up next, Shirley Booth delivers an Oscar-winning performance as a woman grieving the loss of her beloved dog in the 1952 drama Come Back Little Sheba. The story centers on a loveless marriage between a recovering alcoholic and his wife, a frumpy middle-aged woman who can't seem to move past the loss of their dog named Sheba. Come Back Little Sheba began as a play by William Inge that became a hit on Broadway when it premiered in 1950. The original production starred Sidney Blackmer as the husband and Shirley Booth as the wife. Booth's tour de force performance won her the Tony Award, the second of 3 Tonys she won in her career. When producer Hal Wallace bought the film rights, he wanted both Blackmer and Booth to reprise the roles that they had created on stage. But neither of them were movie stars, and Wallace knew he needed a big box office name in at least one of the lead roles. At first, he considered keeping Sidney Blackmer and casting Bette Davis as the wife, but Davis didn't think that she was right for the part. Fortunately, Burt Lancaster jumped at the chance to play the husband when the role was offered to him, and this meant that Shirley Booth could stay on to reprise her performance in the film. This was her big screen debut, and she earned an Oscar nomination. The competition in the Best Actress category for 1952 was particularly strong, including Bette Davis, Joan Crawford, Julie Harris, and Susan Hayward. But the Oscar went to Shirley Booth for the stunning performance that you're about to see. From 1952, directed by Daniel Mann, also with Richard Jekyll and Terry Moore, who was also nominated for her supporting performance, here is Come Back Little Sheba. Shirley Booth was one of the few actors to have won the Triple Crown of acting. She won an Oscar, 2 Primetime Emmys, and 3 Tony Awards. The Oscar came for her performance in Come Back Little Sheba, which was also Booth's film debut, making her one of only 16 performers in Oscars history to win for their very first role. Surprisingly, Shirley Booth did not go on to have a long and prolific career in Hollywood. She preferred to work in the theater and only made 4 more movies after Come Back Little Sheba. Nearly a decade later, she became a favorite on television, starring as a saucy and friendly maid on the hit NBC sitcom Hazel. Burt Lancaster couldn't understand why Shirley Booth took that TV role because he felt she was one of the finest actors in the country and the role was beneath her. But she loved it, and the role went on to win her the 2 Emmys that I just mentioned. Up next, Cary Grant and Irene Dunne fight for custody of their dog in a screwball comedy from 1937.
Next on TCM, The Awful Truth, then Umberto D, and later Sounder. Oscar's gone to the dogs tonight.